On this episode of Out of the Shadows, senior Matt Kamieniecki is mic'd up at Media Day. Freshman Jeremie Tyler makes his college debut at home with bragging rights on the line. And meet Ball State's Canadian connection, Big Gill and Francis Kiapway. Out of the Shadows starts now. What you achieved in the past doesn't give you a right to anything. Your goals are within reach if you honor those before you, whose banners hang from the rafters. Understand the hours, the pain, the sweat, the sacrifice needed to see the light. You've given yourself to the game, to the letters on the front of your jersey. Are you all in? This is your time. This is your town. This is your team. It's time for Ball State basketball to step out of the shadows. November in Indiana. The changing of the leaves and a chill in the air means the arrival of basketball season. Some changes take a season, others an instant. The Ball State basketball team knows this all too well. Just 3 weeks before the season, junior Jeremiah Davis suffered a foot injury, sidelining the Muncie native for 8 to 10 weeks.
Well, losing Jeremiah is certainly a big blow for us. You know, he's our team captain. He's a really good player, and mostly we feel for him because, you know, he's been through a lot in the last year, and this is just one more hurdle for him. So it's going to impact our team, and probably this year more than any because we don't have a lot of depth. But the upside to the injury is, you know, what it's going to do. It's going to cast some young players into very big roles early, and trial by fire, so to speak, throwing a couple guys in the deep end. And if they can take advantage of the opportunity and we can grow as a team without Jeremiah, then by the time you bring him back, you know, it should make us stronger. And we got to make sure we approach it that way. We have that type of attitude towards it. And, you know, we got to control what we can control, and that's how we handle the injury, not whether or not he got hurt.
We got the season starting in 9 days. We got media day today, so hopefully, you know, get a good look inside what Ball State basketball does for a little bit. This is the 5th time go around for media day now, so hopefully got one more crack at it, and hopefully it's a good one. So. All right, boss. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I'm always ready. You're a bum. We gotta go in there though, for real. This dude. This dude. Bum. Alright, let's go.
You're probably pretty anxious to get at a real opponent. What has it been like so far? It's been a good group.
I think if we just keep working at it, we work hard in practice. You know, I don't know where that potential is going to take us. We always talk about do the things that you can control, and so if we do that, I think we'll be in good shape. What? Can I talk to you? You want to say hi? Hey. Hey.
Now, with Jeremiah being out, do you change how you want to play, what you're going to do offensively or defensively, or you just say this is what we're going with?
I feel good where we're at. You know, everybody knows that we had obviously Jeremiah go down. That's been the one kind of bad hit for us in the fall. But, you know, when we got here, our staff and I, we really work on three things nonstop. First is culture of our program, and by culture, it's the way we work, it's the way we live, it's the way we act, it's having a what we call, like to say, being a pro's pro. And you know, these are all things that we measure internally, and I'm confident our culture is much improved from a year ago and moving in a very good direction.
The East Side, one of the most dangerous areas of Indianapolis, is home to Arsenal Tech, the city's first public school to win a state championship in 34 years. It's also the place that IU Kokomo guard Jerome Campbell and his little brother, Ball State freshman Jeremie Tyler, call home.
Growing up with Jerome was difficult because he was the older brother. You know, he always got things before me, and I had two older sisters too, so you know, sometimes they always gang up on me when I was being a younger child.
Growing up, we always played one-on-one against each other. Every time, if the sun was out, we was outside playing one-on-one.
They loved just playing together and just kind of outdoing each other.
When we were little, he would never be able to beat me one-on-one, and I would never let him live that down. And he would always tell me, one day I'm gonna beat you, one day I'm gonna beat you, and the day that I beat you, you can't say nothing else. We were actually around the corner from my grandparents' house. We were at this church that always had a basketball goal. The day I couldn't hit a thing, and when Jeremie's on, he's on for a fact, he does not miss.
I told him I was gonna beat him, and I remember I shot the funniest looking shot. I think he fouled me and I shot it and it went in.
Jeremie beat him and comes in the house just like, hey, I beat him, I got him, Grandpa, I told him I was gonna get him. I told him, and it hadn't been the same since then.
The fact that he hit and he ran off and ran home and ran into my grandparents' house and told them I won off a foul shot and I did all of this, it was like, dude, stop, it's just one game. But to him, it's like, I finally beat you. You always used to beat me and never said I could beat you, and when I finally did it, it just feels real good.
It was just that brother rivalry that we had. He always said I would never beat him, but then I finally got him, and I just wanted to let everybody know that little brother could beat the big brother.
Little brother's sharpshooting put an end to the game, but only fueled their rivalry.
Who wins? You guys play one-on-one today?
Me. Most definitely me.
Why?
Because I don't know, I can't have that mindset for him to beat me. I feel like I'm better than my brother.
One-on-one, Jerome is mean on defense.
Oh, me, of course.
But Jeremie is a better shot than Jerome, so he could probably beat him out in points.
I can't pick because, of course, they're both my sons, and I love them both. But we all know who's gonna win, so I'm just gonna say it like that.
The brothers' development, both on and off the court, was guided by a familiar voice.
They don't want to hear my mouth. You know, they don't want to hear me. And the best way to shut me up is to do your piece. You do your job, we're all good.
We used to be the only ones in the gym at night just working out.
Every time we worked out, he never took it easy on us. He always told us that somebody was in the gym working harder than us, longer than us, to get us ready for high school, college, or the next step, basically.
If you're gonna do something that you love, why not be as best that you can be at it?
We didn't work out for the next level, we worked out for the next two levels. So when we was in middle school, we worked out getting better for high school. And when I was in high school, I didn't work out for high school. I did college workouts. I did college running. I stayed in shape. You know, I shot probably over 1,000 shots a night sometimes.
When I see it slacking maybe, then yeah, I'm gonna say something. But the great piece of it is that I don't have to do that anymore. They're maturing to be good young men.
I'm thankful for my grandfather. You know, he was a father figure for me when my father wasn't there.
Not only was he a father, but he was also a grandfather. He's a friend, he was a coach. He is basically everything that I really needed them to have as they were growing up, because they didn't have that male figure. They just had me and my mom.
We never really had a father figure in our household up until we moved in with my grandparents. And my grandfather, he completely filled in that father role. Like, even though he's my grandfather, I consider him a father to me.
He really showed them how to be men.
He did everything that a father would do to his son to get him ready for the next step.
My goal for them was totally different from what their goal was. Their goal is to play college ball and maybe even go to the league or something, you know. My goal was free education. You know, I want everybody to go to college for free. Coach Whitford had gone all over the country, he or his staff, to see Jeremie and watch him through the whole process. And I think they developed a bond. We did an official visit. Jeremie watched the team, and Coach Whitford, my wife, and I were up in the stands. Jeremie's dribbling the ball, he's looking around, and he's just, I don't know, in awe. I told Jeremie that in the beginning of the process, anytime you feel like this is the spot for you, then you shut it down.
That next morning, I told my grandfather, I think I want to commit here.
He told me I could shut it down when I felt like I was at home. He said, I feel like this is the place I want to be. I like this. I don't need to go anywhere else.
He said, well, if you're sure, go shake that man's hand, because that's your word. So I shut it down. I shook Coach Whitford's hand.
Once he shook his hand, you're locked in. It's no longer a verbal commitment. It's a man-to-man commitment.
He got up and shook my hand and looked me in the eye and said, Coach, I want to come to Ball State. And it was a big day, and it's how Jeremie was raised. It's a, you know, he knew when he looked me in the eye and shook my hand and said it man to man that was as good as gold.
Among the many new faces on this year's team are a pair of Canadians, junior college transfer Bick Gill and freshman Francis Kiapway. Gill is a National Junior College Athletic Association third-team All-American after averaging 15.3 points and 9.9 rebounds per game at Owens Community College.
Playing in Canada is a little different than here, you know. It's more competitive over here, I would say, but over there, you know, you still learn a lot. People still, you know, like they respect you and stuff like that. So, I would say it's about the same, but it's just more competitive here, and people love it here. The differences from Canada to Muncie, I would say, like, there's not too many, you know. Americans have the stereotype of, you know, them just being like obnoxious and stuff like that, and I haven't seen that, you know. Since I came here, people should treat me with respect. The transition from junior college to Division I is, I would say it's like basketball-wise, it's like it's speed, strength. You know, you got a lot more to learn. In junior college, you can get away with a lot. You know, not on the plays, you can just play your game. But over here, it's more technical, and the little things really matter here. Coaches have been working with me, like after practice, watching film and stuff like that, and just telling me what I need to do. Communicating is one thing that they really want me to do.
Kiapway arrives in Muncie after playing at St. Thomas More, where he helped his team to a 28-8 record and runner-up finish in the Prep School National Championships.
Canadian basketball is a lot slower, and American basketball, like, the players are more athletic. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. I started playing basketball like 8th grade. You know, I used to just hang around the streets with my brother prior to that. And then I just started doing something positive, which was playing basketball. One of my high school coaches, he put me on the team because I was pretty tall. And I just grew from there with that. One of my close friends, he got killed. And then my older brother told me, you know, I gotta stop hanging around the wrong group. And my mom she moved me away from Toronto. That's when I moved to Hamilton. There was nothing else to do but play basketball, so that's when I started doing that. It could have been me because I hung around him a lot, but yeah, it was a street thing. And I mean, it was a tough loss. And my mom realized, like, the group that I was hanging around. So she kind of took me away from that environment. Coach Whitford, he made me want to come to Ball State because he traveled to Toronto a lot and he bonded with my family. And we also have a lot of similarities. Like we both from Africa, and we both struggled in school growing up. Me and Big, we actually met in the summertime. I kind of spoke to him when he committed. We both committed around the same time. But then after I actually finally met him in the summer, we roomed together. Now he's a typical Canadian. Like he got the accent, and he's real funny, he's goofy. Canadian slang. One that Jeremy likes to say a lot, a catty, that means a girl. Cheesing, that means getting me mad, like you annoying me and getting me mad. We always say A. Bout, that means like what? In kind of a sarcastic way.
One weird habit that Francis has, he snores a lot, and I had trouble sleeping sometimes, and getting up at 6 a.m. for practice, it was so hard to sleep, and I would close my drawer to wake him up, slam my door, whatever I could do, so he'd wake up and I would try to fall asleep before he did.
Big thinks he's right every single time. You can't win an argument with Big. He'll go straight to the facts. Even if he's wrong, he still believes that he's right. So there's no proving Big wrong in any situation.
Cut through, JT, cut through. We're really much more concerned with ourselves at this point and get our system and our scheme up to speed. Every team needs one guy that operates just like the coach on the floor. Let's go, you gotta run. You should be loose by now, you gotta run. When that coach is gone, who's gonna get our team organized? Fellas, armbar, JT armbar, Sean Sellers armbar, on the ball, watch the curl. Whoever's guarding the ball, jump and swipe on the ball. Who's gonna talk your team through it? Echo the call, run the play. That's being a true team. Here's what it should look like. Got you, Z, I got you, Z. Woo! I'm just getting close enough so I'm getting both of them to yell switch. As soon as I think they're yelling switch, I'm gone.
Practice just been really competitive. Like yesterday, coach said it was going to be a very hard defensive practice, and it was. I kind of struggled a little bit, because right now I have to learn the one.
Attitude is good as effort is good, but your ability to stay engaged, it's no different than a football team if you watch it. It's your ability to stay engaged through a 2 or 2.5 hour practice that at the end of the day defines you individually as a player. If you're completely engaged in practice, you get a lot better. If you're not completely engaged in practice, guess what? You're not getting better and other guys are really getting better. The challenge for you individually and for us collectively as a team is to make sure every time you step on the court, you're saying you don't get bored because the game's tomorrow. You don't get bored on a day like today that's a 90-minute practice. It's an opportunity for you and us to get better. It's the guy who comes to every practice and he says, I'm gonna win every single thing, everything. He rises to the top. Consistently. If I've seen it once, I've seen it 1,000,000 times. Didn't know who he was, and all of a sudden, man, how did that happen? Attitude's great, effort great, coachability great. Again, good practice. What's going to turn it from good to great is all guys engaged the entire time. All right? Good job. Bring it in.
All in on 3. 1, 2, 3.
All in.
Breakfast, you would think? No. Right, Jared. Game day.
around.
November 14th at Top 25 Utah.
Bang! Xavier Turner, 3 more. There's a turnover. Kamieniecki with a run out and a slam at the other end. Sellers with the answer at the other end.
Jeremie Tyler, and he gets another good look.
Sellers, he'll fire. Oh, he's good. This Sean Sellers kid is impressive.
And for Ball State and Coach Whitford, got to be very, very proud of your effort tonight. You lose by 18, but it was a lot closer than that.
We kind of know each other's habits, and that plays a real big part of when you play against each other, because you kind of know what to expect, and that's what's really going to be the tricky part about playing Ball State.
Everybody's been, you know, saying who's going to do better, who's going to beat the other brother, like, is he going to score more points on him or me or him? And, you know, it's just all running through my head. I'm really excited.
I take this as a big brother versus little brother, you know. Never let little brother show big brother up, so I'm never going to back down from him. I know what he can do, and I know he's not going to slow up on me.
At every game, I could rely on my grandfather, my grandmother, my mother, my uncles, my sister, my brother. Even when he was in college, they all was there, and I did the same for them before I got to high school too. You know, I just love the fact that my family really supports me.
My emotions, I'm just going to be going crazy because I'm going to be so excited that they're playing each other. Then I'm excited that they're both playing, period. I'm just excited all the way around. I'm a definite loud fan to the point where we kind of get a little disruptive a little bit. just a little bit, but I'm pretty loud. You'll hear me in the stands. You'll hear us.
I'm going to be happy, man. You know, I'm going to wear red and black. You know, because I can support both of them. I got a Ball State hat now that I don't want to put on because I don't want to seem like I'm favoring one or the other. But if Jerome sees this, that it's because he didn't give me a hat from his school yet.
If he guards you, what would you say to him?
Don't take it easy on me, because I'm not going to take it easy on you.
Right now, Jeremie's family is Ball State family as well, you know, as well as Jerome. You know, we're IUK. So we have to represent every time we get out.
It's a really good feeling, you know, just that they couldn't wait for this moment to see me play in college, and also that the fact that I'll be playing against my brother too. So that can really give me chills sometimes.
We just keep that same competitive nature going in everything we do, whether it be in the classroom, on the court, whatever. That's the goal for me, for them, and hopefully they're getting it right now.
My sons were pretty good. They're pretty awesome kids. I can't really talk about them bad because they haven't done anything bad. So I don't have anything but great news for my sons.
We're at Ball State. We're Cardinals. The family is. When we come to see him, that's what we are. We're committed.
On the next episode, Ball State meets state rivals Indiana State. The team gets stronger in the weight room and get to know last year's Mid-American Conference Freshman of the Year, Xavier Turner. Out of the Shadows is a production of Ball State Sports Link, an immersive learning production.